Okay, well, greetings YouTube land, and as promised, I said I was gonna do a special, I guess, kind of GWENT episode for Witcher 3. I know Movie Mike, I think, kind of wants to see me play this game, because I haven't played it yet, and I told him I really don't know how to play it, so he sent me to a site that has these things in PDF form, and I just downloaded them. There's 9 pages. So before I get into the game, I'm going to read this and then, see if I can't learn it. They say it just takes maybe 15 minutes to learn it. So I'm going to see what happens here, and then I'm going to get into the game. So I'm starting out later than what I said I was in that last episode. I said I was going to start it up right away, but I ended up eating and then doing some other things, and now it's like evening time again, or it's 12:54 a.m. So yeah. Okay, so anyways, I'm just gonna attach this beginning part to that next Let's Play. Okay. So here we go. Let me zoom it in some more. Okay. The Beginner's Guide to the Game of GWENT. Welcome. This guide is intended for newcomers to the wonderful game of GWENT, an addictive and challenging component to the already stellar Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. If you seek a simple tutorial to get you started with building your deck, then you've come to the right place. Okay. On this note, with this card game here, I noticed on the E3 and just in general, there seems to be a like a lot of these kind of card games coming out. So not only was there's this game, but Movie Mike let me know that there's going to be a whole separate GWENT game that they're coming out with. I don't know exactly. I kind of skimmed over he sent me to a site that kind of talked about it, and you can kind of sign up for like early access to it or something, or some kind of a beta which comes out in September. So I didn't really thoroughly look at it. I just kind of skimmed through it, so I still have to go back and read that more thoroughly. Maybe I'll sign up for it. So there's that GWENT game being extracted in some way, and maybe have some changes to it. And then there was the Elder Scrolls Legend, and that's also a card game based off of the Elder Scrolls series. That's like a whole fresh new game. It's not part of the Elder Scrolls series. And what else? Yes. What is it called? Fable. Oh man, I cannot remember now. There's a Fable card game, and I just can't remember what it was called. Fable. There's a Fable card game. Like I said, I cannot remember, but that's another game that Lionhead Studios went downhill. So there's another company that took over, and I can't even remember what it's called now. But there's a Fable card game, and there's a Kickstarter for it. So all these kind of card games, which I don't have a problem with it. I would like to learn and have an interest in it. I enjoyed Archmage, which was a game that they took out of Might and Magic 7 and made a standalone game out of it. So I like that. It's rudimentary compared to this. Let's begin with an important rule with regards to understanding the basics. To learn how to play GWENT, simply start playing GWENT. The game is simple enough for newcomers to grasp quite easily. Okay, if you say so. We're talking about me here. This guide will only be of use to those who prefer an informed approach when starting out, but it is not entirely necessary. Note: the first half of this guide provides an overview of the different factions and unit cards of GWENT. You do not need to memorize all the details, since they will become self-evident. The first half of this guide provides an overview of the objective, the basics. Okay, the objective of GWENT is simple. Win 2 out of 3 rounds of a card battle, in which you pitch your deck against that of an opponent. Sounds simple enough. The player whose deployed cards collectively total The player whose deployed cards collectively total the highest score at the end of a round wins. And each round is over when both players have chosen to pass their turns or depleted their deck. At the end of each round, all cards on the board are regulated to a discard pile, where they remain until the battle ends, unless they're recalled for a special ability. At the end of the round, all cards on the board are regulated to a discard pile, where they remain until the battle. Okay. Rules. Each battle begins with a virtual coin toss to decide which player gets to go first. You will then be dealt with just 10 random cards from your chosen deck. Okay. These are the only cards you will be issued with for the entire battle, but you may use these cards to muster further units from your deck. Muster further units from your deck by activating the special abilities of unit and hero cards. Before the battle begins, you have the opportunity to swap out a maximum of 2 of your dealt cards in order to have them exchanged for random replacements. Okay, before the battle. Okay. Both players, but will I know what the cards are? Or maybe I will. Both players now take alternate turns deploying cards to the battlefield until such time as the round is over. The deployed cards are then cleared to their respective discard piles, also called graveyards, and the winner plays the first turn in the next round. Okay, so we take turns. Okay. Gotta try to stay focused here. Stay focused. Factions. There are a total of 4 GWENT factions in the main game. Oh, okay, this is what they're talking about, the factions. I can skip that. Or maybe I can't, never mind. In the main game. Plus an additional 5th faction is available within the Blood and Monsters. Retains a random unit card on the board after each round. Nilfgaardian Empire. Wins any round that ends in a draw. Oh my god. Northern Realms. Grants an extra card after winning the round. Skyatiel decides which player goes first at the start of the battle. Skellige. 2 random cards returned from the discard pile. At the start of the game, you will be restricted to the Northern Realms faction until such time as you collect enough faction cards to form alternate decks. Each faction also favors a particular combat style that will become evident as you play against various opponents. More on that later. Oh man. I'm only on page 2. Okay, leader cards. The leader of each faction provides unique leader abilities that you are able to select for your deck. And I know it sounds odd because I'm reading books and stuff like that, but that, kind of tells like a story, and it's like stuff about the lore of the game. These are like instructions, and my attention seems to wander at these such things, but let's see. Okay, leader of each faction provides unique leader abilities that you are able to select for your deck. Active abilities are played once per battle. Such the ability to clear any weather cards from the board, while passive abilities, such as one leader canceling out the effects of another, will remain in effect for the duration of the battle, which is the round. Each leader is represented by multiple variants of his or her character that you are able to unlock and exploit. Each leader is represented by multiple variants of his or her character that you are able to unlock. Okay, leader ability. Double the strength of all your close combat units unless a commander's horn is also present on that row. How the hell? You're able to acquire new leader cards in just the same manner as all the available GWENT cards by winning games of GWENT and buying unique cards from innkeeps, and merchants. By winning games. To acquire. Okay. Hero cards. There's a movie, The Gamers, and then The Gamers 2, Darkness Rising, and then there's The Gamers 3, Hands of Fate, and that's also, if you know The Gamers, it's like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing where they kind of poke fun at, but at the same time kind of glorify D&D gamers. And the third one has nothing to do with D&D, but it's about like a Magic the Gathering type of card game. And that was really fun to watch. So I do highly recommend checking that entire trilogy out, and hopefully they make more. It's put out by Dead Gentleman Productions. Hero cards are powerful units that are not affected by any adverse effects applied on the board, but on the other hand, they cannot be recalled by medic cards or claimed by decoys. Therefore, they may be played only once per battle. Hero cards are immune to all effects, negative and positive, as well. I totally wouldn't say I go so fast that it doesn't stick with me. Okay, units that are not affected by... Okay, that I get. They cannot be recalled by medic cards or claimed by decoys. Got it? Okay, therefore they may be played only once per battle. Hero cards are immune to all effects, negative. Okay, oh. As well as any special abilities that might be offered by unit cards. Heroes are typically strong, ranging from scores 7 to 15 points each. Okay, that's these numbers, I guess. In the case of a spy variant whose points are assigned to your opponent, a score of 0, these cards are both rare and relatively expensive. Close combat. Close combat units. Okay, front row. They will always be placed along the row closest to your opponent's cards. These units are most notable favored by the monsters faction. Okay. Mustering a great many units. Ranged attacks. These are probably hang back, right? Oh, median. Okay. Must be along the center row of your side. Take it down. Okay, siege units. Okay. Notable. Okay. Oh, whoa. Torrential rain. Okay. Bring up the rear of your forces. They will always be placed along the very bottom row of the side. Oh, okay, I get it. These units are most notable. Okay, I'm getting it. While certain factions favor particular units in combat styles, such tactics are not necessarily exclusive to any particular faction. In Nilfgaardian faction, for example, effectively employs units across all disciplines. Agile card. Either close combat or ranged. Cool. Special abilities of unit cards. Choose one card from the discard pile and play it. Morale boost adds +1 to all units in a row, excludes self. Place on your opponent's board and draw 2 new cards. Tight bond adds its base power to every card of the same name in the row, including self if others are present. I'm not quite getting, like, place on your opponent's board. Why? And then draw a new card. Does that 2 new cards, does that do anything bad to them? Muster. Play all cards with the same name of your deck. Commander's Horn. Doubles the strength of all units in that row. Can be placed in either the close range or close combat or ranged row. Scorch. Destroy the enemy's strongest units. Weather cards. Weather cards are used to reduce all non-hero cards to a score of 1 point each across the entire row. Warning. These affects both the opponent's card as well. Really? Affects range, siege, clear weather. Okay. Special cards. These cards are not to be confused with the special abilities of card units. They play cards strategically in order to gain an edge in battle. Hero cards are not affected. Swap with the card on the battlefield to return the selected card to your lineup. Swap with a card? Okay. So maybe I get to pick an enemy's card. Doubles the strength of all units in the row, limited to 1 per row. Scorch destroys all cards on the board that share the highest score. Can affect both sets. Jesus, I keep thinking. Additional cards. Oh, this is DLC. It doesn't involve me. These powerful factions. Okay, this doesn't affect me. Okay, we're going along nicely. Collect cards through the game. You can access your GWENT decks from the pause menu in the game. Here you are able to review your card collection. Okay, so maybe we'll do that constantly during the game. As you acquire new cards, you will also have the chance to update your cards at the start of every battle. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's up to you to manage your factions and assign any cards you collect to your playable deck. In order to play a faction in battle, you will need to build a deck that comprises a minimum of 22 units. Some cards that stack do not count towards this number. However, Simply keep an eye on that displayed unit card counter then when assigning cards to your deck, because a deck of 22 or more cards total may not necessarily amount to the required minimum of 22 unit cards. Okay. Combat style matters. You will need to think about each faction's combat style when building your decks, since only 10 cards will be selected from your deck at random before every battle. The total number of your cards your warriors are drawn from must be taken into account if you have a large deck made up of both weaker and stronger cards. For example, your odds of drawing strong cards is lower than if you had a tighter deck made up of only strong cards. Your odds of drawing strong cards is lower than if you had a tighter deck. Wait, if you have a large deck made up of both weaker and stronger cards, for example, your odds of drawing strong cards is lower than if you had a tighter deck made up of only strong cards. What? That doesn't make sense. But your odds of drawing strong cards is lower. Why would my odds of drawing strong cards be lower if my deck consists of only strong cards? But if you're playing with a faction that musters additional cards from your deck unit, then you'll want your deck to be made up of as many available. Alright, let's move on. Okay, this stuff. Oh, this is too much here. Think strategically. Oh, I cannot. Okay. GWENT incorporates elements of strategy that you should think about when deploying cards to the battlefield. Foresight, when deciding the order in which to play your cards, can make all the difference. And it is entirely possible to defeat a much stronger opponent by simply thinking ahead. There are many such strategies you will discover on your own, but here are just a few examples. Fortifying the first round or not. It always makes sense to move into the next round with more cards in hand than the enemy. Therefore, fortifying the first round can be a valid optional strategy. This will only be viable, however, so long as you first make your opponent spend a card or two more than you have done. One way to do this is to keep a medic card in reserve, if you have one, and play a strong unit card on the board. This will force your opponent to play one or two cards in order to gain the upper hand. So I have a strong one. Once you have done so, forfeit the first round, and then, at the start of the second, play the medic card to reclaim your strong unit from the discard pile. However, it sometimes makes sense to attempt a win on the first. I am confused now, but just so you know, but okay. However, it sometimes makes sense to attempt a win on the first round if you can do so without losing too many cards, because this will allow you to go all out on the second round in order to avoid playing a third. I think this will all make more sense once I start playing, right? This makes sense, which always revives 2 dead cards in the third round. Oh my god. Okay. If you have both a medic unit and a decoy card, you can effectively revive 2 cards from your discard pile over 3 moves, plus incorporate the points of the medic card itself. Play medic to revive a dead card. It's like I'm reading words, but it's going in one ear and out the other. At this point, I'm losing my focus. You know what I mean? And I'm trying here. I'm trying. I think once I start playing, I think I'm gonna get it. Play a medic to revive a dead card. Then reclaim your medic with the decoy. Then play the medic again to recover another dead card. You may also use a medic to revive another medic. Then use that second medic to revive yet another card from the discard pile, all in one turn. Grabbing spies. You don't need to have been dealt any spy cards to your hand in order to acquire spies during a battle. If your opponent plays a spy card against you, it is placed on your side of the board. Simply grab it with the decoy card, or if you don't have a decoy in hand, use a medic card to revive the spy from your discard pile in the next round, and then play it back against your opponent. What is a decoy card again? Did it talk about a decoy card? I thought I read that somewhere. It doesn't matter. What is happening here? Not responding. Oh, come on. What is happening here? Why is it not responding? Okay, let's just watching the weather. Well played weather card can really ruin your day, so keep an eye on which row your opponent is building his units on. If, for example, your opponent is playing a lot of close combat cards, they are far less likely to play a weather card on that row and negatively affect your own troops. Although it has been known to happen, so there's a good chance that playing your own close combat units will not result in them being hit with bad weather. Also, do not play your weather cards too soon. If you see your enemy building up units on the ranged combat row, for instance, you happen to have an impenetrable fog card, don't play it until the end of the round, by which time your opponent should have played any clear weather cards or abilities they might possess. And if you intend to clear any weather effects yourself, obviously do so before you play your own weather cards against the enemy. Hold your fire. If you've dealt a Scorch card, special card on your hand, don't play it too early, since it destroys the strongest cards of equal strength on both sides of the board. Play your weaker units first, and wait until your enemy plays their most powerful non-hero cards before using Scorch ability. Until the enemy plays their most powerful non-hero cards. Your opponents might lay down a level 8 siege unit with a tight bond ability, for example, so wait to see if they intend on deploying a second identical unit to take advantage of the tight bond, and only then hit them with your Scorch. I'm pretty sure when they created this Witcher game, they had a separate, kind of like, I guess, focus group of creating the game, to create this game, and then they integrated it into the main game. So there's two separate people involved, in making The Witcher 3. Get it? You have the group making The Witcher 3, people responsible for making The Witcher 3, and then they had like a subgroup of people making this, right? Because, wow, it's amazing. It's like two games integrated in one. This is a game unto itself. Difficulty level. You'll quickly become unbeatable once you're familiar with the cards and strategies of GWENT. So raising the difficulty level will likely be necessary in order to keep the game challenging. You can alter the difficulty level from the pause menu. Oh, so I have mine on like the third hardest, so that counts. Okay, let's jump right into it, guys. See you in The Witcher 3. Okay, greetings YouTube land. I am Falagar, and welcome back to another, Let's Play, but this is mostly going to be GWENT. So you just saw me, Witcher 3, doing, reading the instructions for GWENT. So I'm going to, play that. Okay, so, but first, okay, let's see here. It says I'm able to look at my cards. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm missing something here, but okay, let's just continue. Yeah, we can't skip that. Okay.
Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
Okay. It's like, how did we go from being on some haunted island? Here we go. How did we go from some haunted island and like seeing ghosts and fighting some like ghouls to being here now and playing a card game? Okay, sir. How are you?
What it be?
Well, first, should I? Let's go ahead and just play. Oh man! To place a bet, choose an amount using. Okay, and confirm by clicking. This amount will be added to the pot if you win. Okay, I get back twice as much. Okay. Oh, it's only 10. I mean.
Not hungry, not thirsty, but I sure wouldn't mind a round of GWENT.
Okay. Do I want to begin tutorial? Well, I just read all that, but I guess I may as well do tutorial. You know, hands-on. You know, I'm more of a hands-on kind of person. GWENT is an ancient dwarven card game that simulates the clash of two armies in battle. The players are generals and the cards are their forces. You will go first. Okay, so there's that virtual coin toss. Choose a card to redraw. Okay. To begin, you draw 10 cards. This will be your hand for the rest of the match. You will not draw any more cards, so use them wisely. Forfeit game. This is unit card. The number in the upper corner is the strength. Got that. Value added to the total strength. Morale boosts. Okay. This is a siege. Weather cards. Weather cards are a type of special cards. They reduce the strength of all cards of a given type on the battlefield, including your own. Okay, got it. At the start of each game, you can select up to 2 cards to discard and redraw. But let's skip that for now and go straight to playing. Yes. There's a battlefield. Got it. Got it. Which can be used only once during a battle. Trigger the special ability at any point by pressing X. Okay, playing cards. Press Enter to select the card from your hand. Press Enter again to place it on the battlefield. Okay, I think it's because it's like late at night now and I haven't been getting much sleep, so that's why I'm getting tired and my concentration is kind of waning, so... Okay. Okay. Don't want to place a weather card. So that's a siege. The number on the left by your icon shows the current total strength of your units. The number on the right shows the total strength for that row. Both values are updated when a card is placed. At the end of the round, the player with the highest total strength wins. During your turn, you can pass by holding down space. Once you pass, you cannot play any more cards during that round. Your opponent can continue playing cards until he or she passes as well. You should pass when you are confident you can win. Oh, with the units you already have in play, or to let your opponent win and save your cards for the next round. I see, so this is good. I'm using my weaker ones. It's like what I learned from reading. A round ends once both players have passed. Players then compare the total strength of their units to determine the winner. Cards on the battlefields are discarded and both players' total strength is reset to 0. Okay. Okay. So I can keep on playing cards until... Oh, I don't get it. I thought I continue playing cards until... What is that? Is that a spy? What am I doing? I mean, what's happening here? Okay. Now I win by 1, by 2. Okay. Oh. Okay, shouldn't that affect... Oh, I see what he did. You affect a row. Well, fine. I mean... Oh... Do that. Can I control where this will go? Oh, why over here? I wanted to affect here. Why did it affect that? Or is it rain affects the back? Is that what that is? What's this one going to affect? Okay. Oh my God. If I get rid of... Will this affect... Oh, sets the strength of all siege. Siege is the back row. I get it. I don't want to do that. Hmm. Okay. What? Where are you getting these cards, sir? Oh, I lost. I have no more cards. The opponent won the round. Where are my cards? There is no shame in passing and letting your opponent win a round. Sometimes it's better to save your cards for later. Each deck also features its own heroes. Heroes are high-value cards immune to the effects of special cards.
Folk in this city, racial hygiene's as poor as what it be.
I didn't quite understand.
Not hungry, not thirsty, but I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
But I am going to make it a point to understand this game. I am... You said I had no more cards in the deck, right? And I understand that. For all 3 rounds, you have 10 cards. But he was using cards just as much as I was. How did he still have cards left? That absolutely made no sense to me. Northern Realms is fine. Is this a hero card? What happened? My deck is short now. How do I pick a card? I read all of that, and why is it not... I'm short on unit cards. Okay. Okay, you asshole.
What it be?
I
What are
need
you serving?
a couple of unit cards then. No? Okay, hold on.
Farewell.
It says in the pause. Ah, here. I can check my deck. Well, that's kind of cool. It's you can save here and all that. Okay. Where you save is the same place where you check your deck. Oh, what? There. What the hell, see? Why didn't that happen before? Okay,
What it
now,
be?
let's play. I'm losing money.
Not hungry, not thirsty, but I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
Here we go. Draw a card from your deck. Draw a card from your deck whenever you win a round. Choose a card to withdraw or to redraw. Okay. Oh, I don't know how you do it, Movie Mike. I mean, I've seen you play this game and you are really, really good. No. What? How'd that happen? Well, can I keep picking cards? Oh, no. It's a spy. How did he pick more than one card? Why did he get two? Why does this happen for him? Okay, let's use the spy. Okay, I got it. I'm going to lose this round because he used up. Okay, so he won, but I still have my cards left. So he's using up all his powerful cards. Oh, okay, I get to keep going. That's for siege. It's for ranged. What is happening? think I'm gonna win. Yes. So now this is a tiebreaker. Hopefully I have more cards than he. I think I'm getting it. Mm-hmm. Shit. Okay. It's just the one that, yeah. Cool. Oh, asshole. Hopefully you don't have another one. This one affects siege. That would be bad. Oh, come on. I had to have win.
What'll it be?
Not hungry, not thirsty. I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
Okay. Okay, I'll just play with the card I have. Okay. Okay. Ah, okay. I will save my cards. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I don't quite understand that. Oh, I thought that was... Okay. What's happening? I have to play another one? I want to pass. Okay. I don't understand. Oh, maybe. Oh, I have to hold it down? That's right. Hopefully those were his most powerful cards, right? Prick. Oh, God.
What'll it be?
What are you serving?
I have to sell some things. Yeah, makes sense that he will not. Maybe I should buy some of these. They're cheap. Need some food too. Speaking of which, I'm actually kind of hungry for real. Okay, that hurts.
Not hungry, not thirsty, but I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
Aha. Oh. Oh. Okay. No. It's good stuff. Okay, let's just do this. Oh. Yeah, man. What's this do? Close combat units. Should I save that? I'll save it for the next round. Okay, cool. So hopefully he used up all his powerful cards. Okay. Or most of his powerful cards. Okay, so he's doing this bullshit again. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Okay, so I guess kind of the good news is I got a lot of siege cards. Or range, is it? Ranged and siege. Okay. Okay, so he's gonna pass, eh? Passed. Fine. What is this? Oh, I get to pick? Okay. Okay, I won. Very nice. Okay. Use leader card. This is the leader? Okay. Okay. Oof. Looks like the power is almost going to go out. I really should end this. This would be the last round, guys. So I think there's like a storm going on. draw. Okay, one more round. Okay. I think it's good. Oh boy, yeah, I can hear the storm. I should turn this off soon. Okay. What's this one? Ranged. That means that's ranged as well. Close combat, huh? I don't know if I like that. Oof. Good God. Just one the front row. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I cannot use my... Oh, I have it there. Use my hero card. Okay, well, that is it, guys. You've got a new GWENT card. If you want to examine it, open the... Oh, because I bought some. Right. Okay, well, it's pretty apparent that I have a lot to learn about GWENT. At least I tried my hand at it. So, glad that I did. And I better stop now because of this storm here, in just case there's a power outage. So, I'm Falagar. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.